Good evening and welcome to Pioneers Varsity Softball area. We are waiting for the teams to get ready for the second game. It's going to be maybe another 10-15 minutes, so bear with us. Pioneer won the first, 15-0. Mercying at the in the first third of the bottom of the third inning. With one out, Pioneers scored the 15th run. So we will be with you in probably another 10 to 15 minutes, so bear with us.
I know, that whole day job thing. It's crazy. Oh. Okay.
I started the second game at 5.
Perfect. Did you get...
Nobody's ready yet.
Okay. Cool. We got music we're playing or anything?
I didn't.
Okay, so the first names you can't really see.
As long as I got the last names, that's the key.
I think you can see it.
Yeah.
If
Perfect.
oh, here. If you're going to take a picture, this is a way better.
Am I done?
Yeah.
That's,
you are.
that's the first copy's best.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Perfect. Let me just get back there. And awesome, and I can rewrite all that. Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome.
You're wonderful.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, do you have... Yeah, you have that plugged in already in there.
Yeah, this might be.
Yep. Sounds good. You did a good job. Is there a spot where this can get... Okay.
I was thinking of the girl under Lily, but so the picture you took of this one, it says Bella, but I was thinking of this kid here. Her name's Lily. Her name's Becca.
Okay, Becca.
Not Becca.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No worries. They normally do a lot of last names anyway, so you're
That's
okay.
it right there.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
You're awesome. So I bored people to death with the business tax workflow class.
Come on.
And are they doing the senior stuff afterwards?
Yeah. I could have said it for 5:15 if I said it.
No. It's better to have it up. Right?
Yeah.
Better to have it up.
Nearly 2,000 state's top student athletes were recognized for excelling academically and in school activities with MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the Health and Safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As Pioneer taking the field, as we're just quickly getting the list down. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Game 1, Pioneer was able to win 15-0 as they finished it off in the third inning. Again, if it's 15 differential at the end of the third, it's a mercy. If it is 13 at the end of 4 and 10 at the end of 5. As Pioneer out getting ready, getting warmed up on the field for game number 2. This is the senior day as well. As first up for the River Rats will be Stewart, the center fielder. So Stewart up first. First hit foul. That's strike 1. 0-1. Second game here is Gettinger for the pitch and swing and a miss. That's strike 2. As that count remains 0 and that was it was foul count 0-2. 2 strikes. Next pitch, that foul, back to backstop. Count remains 0-2. Is Stewart able to take the pitch and foul it off? Gettinger. Set, Stewart. It's back into the box. Gettinger with the pitch. That foul back to backstop again. 0-2, the count remains. Stewart stretches. Back in the box. Game 2 of a doubleheader between these two crosstown rivals. Swing and a miss. As that is the first strikeout for Gettinger. That is going to bring up Harris, the right fielder for Huron. Huron in their black uniforms with the numbers in green on the back, names in white on the back. Pioneer in their purple pinstripes. That one's going to be high. Ball 1. 1-0. 1 out here in the first inning. Next pitch by Gettinger. As that is tapped. Bunt. Throw to first. And that is in time. 2 outs as a good throw by Roderick DeMarco. As that is out number 2 here. Next up is Pinsky. First swing and a miss. Pinsky, left fielder for Huron. Gettinger looks in on the 0-1. That is fouled back. 0-2 with 2 outs here in the first inning. Gettinger gets the ball, heads back to the pitching rubber. Gettinger has the sign. Here comes the pitch. That foul back over the backstop, back towards the baseball field. Count remains 0-2 as Huron has done a good job of being able to foul off a lot of pitches. Here comes the next pitch, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Next strikeout for Gettinger. And that will do it. 2 strikeouts and a throw out at first on a bunt. And Huron is out of the first inning. Pioneer coming up as Wernemouth, second base, who plays second base, Slater, who plays shortstop, and Wilson, the scheduled 3 to come up. Let's play a quick message from the MHS. Actually, let's do a little push on. How about that? If I can see through the sun where that is. As Porter, the pitcher for Huron. As out in the outfield, you have Porter, the pitcher. Catcher is Garcia. First base is Kelvin. Second base is Espar. Third base is Dena. We'll double check those names as they come up. And then as we go out to left field is Pinsky. Right field is Harris. And center is Stewart. Wernemouth up first for Pioneer. Porter looks in. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 on Wernemouth, the second base, who plays second base for Pioneer. Porter looks in for the second pitch. That one a ball low. 1-1 the count on Wernemouth. Porter looks in. Right foot on the rubber. Left foot back. Here comes the next pitch. That one high. 2-1. Here comes Porter's next pitch. As that is hit back to left field. That will drop in for a base hit for Wernemouth, who stays at first base. By the way, taking a look at softball. Sitting up at the top of the SEC Red, 14-1. Lincoln next, 13-3. By the way, next up is Slater, the shortstop for Pioneer. Number 3 is Bedford, 12-7. First pitch as Wernemouth goes to second. Throw not in time. As that will advance Wernemouth into scoring position. I believe that was a ball as well. So 1-0 to Slater. So Bedford, number 3, 12-7. Here comes the next pitch by Porter. That one high, 2-0. Monroe, number 4, 9-6. Dexter, number 5, 10-7. Skyline, 6-10 on the season. Then Pioneer, 4-13. Huron, 2-15 on the SEC. Next pitch, as that is hit out to left field. That'll be a base hit. Wernemout rounds third base. Wernemout makes it home. Slater with a stand-up double. Pioneer on the board, 1-0 here in game number 2. So a single by Wernemout, stolen base to second, and then a double by Slater brings her home. No outs. Next up is left fielder Wilson. Porter looks in. Here comes the pitch from Porter. That one is high to Wilson. That's 1-0. Porter, right foot on the pitching rubber. Here comes the pitch. That one is a ball, 2-0. No outs. One runner on second. Porter looks in, has the sign. Porter, the windup in the pitch. That one's low, 3-0. First base open if Porter wants to put Slater on first base. Figure most likely this is there is a strike right down the middle to Wilson. And she was taking that pitch all the way. See if she can get on first base. Now 3-1. The count to Wilson. Porter looks in. Here comes the next pitch. That is low, and Wilson walks to first base. Runners on first and second. No outs, or first and third, excuse me. As stealing third, Slater. So runners at the corners. Up is Gittinger, the pitcher. Porter with the pitch. That is a strike. As Wilson advances to second, a little defensive indifference there. So runners on second and third. 0-1 to Gittinger. Trying to help her own cause. As the pitcher note, that's a ball. 1-1 the count to Gittinger. Porter has the ball back behind the rubber now. Steps on the rubber, looks in. Gittinger, bat over her right shoulder. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a tip foul. That is going to be 1-2 to Gittinger. Porter looks to her left. Open base at first. Runners at second and third. Porter. Pitch. That's a ball. 2-2 is the count to Gittinger. Slater, not much of a leadoff at third. Porter looks in. 2-2 the count. That one is hit as that will fall into center field as Slater scores. Wilson comes around to score. And that throw is going to be past second base as the throw to home not in time. As that means Gittinger gets able to go to first base, then moves to second on a probably ball that gets past there. So that makes it 3-0 Pioneer. As that is going to bring up first base Markle. No outs. One runner on second. Here comes the pitch from Porter. That is a ball. 1-0 to Markle. Porter looks in. Porter with the pitch. That one high. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody out. 3-0 Pioneer here in the first. Trying to take 2 games from crosstown rival Huron River Rats. Pioneer able to win the first game. Porter looks in. Porter with the pitch. And as that is ball 3, 3-0 to Markle. Runner at second, that is Gittinger. She was able to drive 2 runs home, 2 RBIs to help her cause as the pitcher. That is low. That is going to put Markle to first base. So runners at first and second. Second walk of the inning. Porter steps up. That is going to bring up Raudenbush. Number 9, third base for Pioneer. Here comes Porter's pitch. That tip back to the backstop. 0-1. The count on Raudenbush. Porter gets set on the rubber. Bends at the knees, looking in. Raudenbush is hit, and that'll hop over the glove of Thompson. That'll send Gittinger home as that ball got past shortstop into left field. That's a base hit for Raudenbush. That makes it 4-0 Pioneer with the early lead, no outs. Here in the first, Porter looks in as that brings up Roderick, the catcher for Pioneer. That is a ball. Santa Roderick for a few years with the hockey team, who did a fantastic job. Men's hockey team. Here comes the next pitch by Porter. Yeah, it's going to be a strike. 1-1 to Roderick. Runner at first base. That's Raudenbush. Otherwise, the base is cleared. No outs. 1-1. Porter looks in. Roderick. That one high. Roderick leans out of the way. 2-1. The count. Roderick steps back into the batter's box, gets that bat high above the right shoulder. Porter looks in. Porter with the pitch. That one low. 3-1. Game time temperature 76 degrees. Gorgeous day out here. Nary a cloud in the sky. Just a perfect spring game for a little crosstown rivalry softball here. 3-1 the count. Runner at first. Roderick in the box. Porter looks in. And here comes the pitch from Porter. That is a ball. That will put Roderick on first. That advances Markle to second. Base is full. Forgive me. So it's runners on second and third. Now it's first, second, third. So that is going to be a strike on Miller. Miller, right fielder for Pioneer. So Roderick at first, Raudenbush at second, Markle at third, Miller at the plate, 0-1. Here comes the second pitch for Porter. That's going to be a ball, 1-1. Bases loaded for Pioneer. No outs. Miller looks in, and she's set. Here comes the pitch from Porter. That is high. That's going to be 2-1. Miller takes a couple cuts. Now steps back in the batter's box. She's set in her stance. That left foot, just the toes up on that left foot. Or just the toes down, heel up on that left foot. Here comes the pitch from Porter. That is a strike. 2-2 to Miller. Bases loaded for Miller. No outs. 4-0 Pioneer. Here, bottom of the first. Porter with the next pitch. That low, that is going to be a hit by pitch. That is going to advance in a run as Miller will take first. That makes it 5-0 on the hit by the pitch. Base is still loaded. That brings up center fielder Parker. Number 5 is Pioneer. 9th batter of this inning. Porter looks in. That is going to be a strike to Parker. Parker steps out of the box, takes a cut, steps back into the batter's box, Gets that bat over the right shoulder. Porter looking in. Now here comes the pitch. As 1-1 the count. 5-0 Pioneer with the lead here. Bottom of the first, no outs. Bases loaded for Parker, who has 1-1 count. Porter looks in. Here comes the throw. That is going to be a ball. 2-1 to Parker. Parker back in the batter's box. Bat over right shoulder. Porter looks in. Now here comes the pitch. That's going to be a ball. 3-1 to Parker. 3 balls, 1 strike to Parker. Bases loaded, no outs. Porter looks in. Here comes the pitch. That is going to be a ball. That'll walk in a run. It's 3 walks in this inning, I believe. That walks in the second run. 6-0 Pioneer. Still no outs. That brings up Wernham out. A good, solid single. As coach comes out to have a talk with Porter. As Porter goes to the dugout. As Huron talking things over. As now it looks like getting set up, looks like it's going to be Carlson, who's going to come in to pitch. So that will take, Carlson will come in as the pitcher for Porter. So Porter's evening is done, at least at the pitching position. So Carlson will take 7th batting spot. It's giving Carlson a little time to get warmed up here. We do have a couple playoff games coming up this week. Pioneer men's lacrosse were able to squeak out a win in their first playoff game, as they were able to get tied, went to overtime and won. So they will be playing on the 25th at Saline. Wednesday, 4:30, Pioneer women's soccer starts their playoff run. 4:30 at Hallway Field. Then 7 o'clock playoff for Pioneer women's lacrosse. So a couple playoff games we'll have for you on Wednesday. Carlson looks in. First pitch by Carlson. Wernham out in the batter's box. That is going to be low. 1-0 to Wernham out. Still no outs for Pioneer, as they've batted all the way around. Wernham out the leadoff hitter. That one high to Wernham out. That makes it 2-0. Wernham out second base for Pioneer. Here comes the next pitch by Carlson, as that is hit, grabbed by third base, and the ball just a little high to first base. That will score a second runner. So that scores 2 runners now at second and third. As a base hit and an error, that makes it 8-0 Pioneer. Still no outs. That brings up Slater, shortstop for Pioneer. Pioneer, again, those fantastic purple pinstripe uniforms. First pitch, that low. That will make it 1-0 to Slater. Parker on third, Wernham out on second. Here comes the next pitch from Carlson, as that is hit up in the air to center field, and that manages to get down. That will score as Parker goes in to make it 9-0. Wernham out stays at second, as that was right in center field. and Slater at first. So Slater at first, Warnerman at second. Runners in first and second. That is going to bring up Wilson, left fielder for Pioneer. 9-0, Pioneer. With the lead. Runner just on the second. That is going to be a ball. 1-0. So runners on first and second. Wilson. Next pitch is a ball high. 2-0 to Wilson. Carlson, third batter in this inning for her. That one's going to be high as Wernham gets to third. Runners advance on the high pitch. So runners on second and third, 2 more in scoring position. First base open, no outs for Pioneer. Wilson, 2-0 count. That is going to be hit by a pitch. So we now have bases loaded for Gettinger to come up. Still no outs. Wernham at second, Wernham at third, Slater at second. Here comes the first pitch. Gettinger hits it. That goes into left field. Here comes the throw to home. Slide and safe at the plate is Slater. That moves Wilson all the way over to third. Double for Gettinger. Drives home 2 more runs as she's added 4 RBIs to her cause. That's 11-0 Pioneer. Gettinger at second. Wilson at third, and up is Markle, who plays first base. Huron gathered together at the mound, talking things over, looking to try and get their first out of the inning. This Pioneer has done a fantastic job batting around. 11-0 Pioneer. Again, the Mercy, I don't think kicks in. It's 15 on the. See if I can pull up that specifically as they talk things over. As Huron continues to talk things over. So 20 or more after 3 innings, 15 or more after 4. 10 or more after 5.
21 in, 28 out. 21 in, 28 out.
So 21 in, 28 out. So Thompson out. That means Cullen in. So Cullen in at shortstop. I believe that stays Carlson pitching.
All right, here we go, ladies.
That is low. 1-0 to Markle. Left-handed batter Markle. It's right-handed pitcher Carlson. That one high, as that will make it to 2-0 to Markle. Carlson steps back behind the pitching rubber, now gets set. Here comes the next pitch. That one high. 3-0. Runners at second and third. First base is open if they wanted to put Markle on first base. Here comes the next pitch. That low. That will be a walk as Markle will go to first. Bases loaded as that's going to bring up Raudenbush, who plays third base for Pioneer. 11-0 Pioneer with the lead. Bases loaded. Raudenbush. First pitch. as that is going to be a ball, 1-0. Ron Bush gets that bat above the right shoulder. Here comes the next pitch. That is low, 2-0. As Carlson gets back on the rubber. Looks in, bases loaded. Here comes the next pitch. That's going to be low. Ball 3. Rodenbush, they've already walked home a few runs in this inning. Carlson set on the rubber. And that is going to walk home a run. 12-0 Pioneer with the lead as Wilson walked home. Three bases loaded as next up is Roderick, the catcher. That is going to be a ball.
Hey, something close to rip it, okay?
Roderick set. She has the green light for the swing. That one is low, 2-0.
Something close, give it a ride, okay?
Roderick steps back into the batter's box. Carlson with the pitch. That one low, 3-0. Carlson gets on to the mound looking in. As she's set, here comes the next pitch. That one high, that is going to walk Roderick. That will bring home Gittinger. 13-0. Pioneer with the lead. Miller plays right field up. Can coach give him the green light to swing away at anything close? Here comes the pitch. That is going to be low. Carlson on the mound. Miller gets set again. That that left heel up. That low. One and 0 the count to Miller. Carlson looks in. Here comes the next pitch. As that one is a ball, 2-0. 3-0, excuse me. Carlson looks in. Here comes the pitch. And that one is low. That is going to walk in a run, 14-0. As timeout called, Carlson just now they're going to switch over. And coming in is going to be Cullen, who's going to be the new pitcher. She moved down to second base, so she will come in on the mound. As we're going to put Carlson to second. So now pitcher here. Carlson to second. Trying to see who the looks like Esper is going to be its shortstop then, so she moved over to short. As Cullen getting warmed up. Parker, center fielder, will be up for Pioneer as second time Parker is batted and bases loaded. Unless they're able to get a bit of a triple play, we'll go to the top of the order after this. Wernimount, Slater, and Wilson. Parker has the green light. As Cullen looks like she's warmed up and looking all right. So here comes Parker. Cullen looks in. Here comes the pitch. That is a strike right at the knees. 0-1. And Pioneer will have to get used to their third pitcher in this inning. Try and feel out and see how Cullen's going to deliver. Here comes the next pitch. As that is a ball, 1-1. The count to Parker. Bases loaded for Pioneer, 14-0. Pioneer with the lead. Cullen steps on the rubber. Right foot on the rubber, left foot back. Here comes the pitch. That one low, 2-1. The count to Parker. Cullen gets it, walks back. Just back behind the pitching rubber. Now she gets set. Here comes the next pitch. That is a ball, 3-1 the count. Cullen looks in, Parker set. Here comes the pitch. That is a strike, 3-2. Full count for Parker, bases loaded, no outs, 14-0. Pioneer with the lead here, bottom of the first. Cullen, third pitcher this inning for Huron, trying to get the first out of the inning, as that is foul down the first baseline. Count remains full, 3-2 to Parker. Cullen looks in, has the sign. Here comes the pitch. That is a ball that will walk home Raudenbush. As that moves Roderick to third, Miller to second, and Parker to first. That brings up Wernham out for the third time this inning. 15-0 Pioneer with the lead. Wernham out. Steps in. Here comes the swing and a miss. So that is going to be a hit all the way out to left field. As that ball grabbed it. That's going to be 2 outs. So out at third, and then that's out. So that brings up Slater with 2 outs. That's going to be a ball. Runners at first and second. 1-0. Here comes the next pitch, as that is hit. And that is a base hit. Loads the bases. As Slater got the first.
17 for 22, Ben. 17 for 22.
Okay, Jones in for Wilson. So Jones now in for Wilson. Jones at the plate. Wilson was playing left. Jones now, we'll see when she goes out. That's going to be high. Runners at all 3 plates. Bases loaded. 2 outs, 1 ball. No strikes. 15-0 Pioneer with the lead. Here comes the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Cullen gets the ball back to the mound. Cullen gets that right foot on the pitching rubber. Jones looking out. Here comes the next pitch. That one is low, 2-1. The count on Jones. Cullen set on the rubber. Jones looks out. Here comes the next pitch. That one high. That is going to be 3-1. 3-1, 2 outs. Bases loaded for Pioneer. 15-0 here, bottom of the first. Huron trying to find their way out of the inning. Cullen looks in. As Jones hits it, the tip, that'll go all the way to Grabbed by the shortstop. Run scores as bases remain loaded. 16-0 as it's a single by Jones. As that is going to bring up Gittinger. She has 4 RBIs, I believe, already. Make her job a little bit easier as pitcher with 16-0 cushion here at the bottom of the first. Cullen. And that is going to be an out. So that's going to bring up inning number 2 as we move to the top of the second. 16-0 Pioneer with the lead as Roderick goes out to grab the ball. As Gittinger has quite the cushion. As the expected people coming up to the plate, and we'll double check these names. Is Denza would be the third base coming up. Calvin, catcher, and Espar is playing shortstop. Again, we'll double check as they come up. The names written on the back of the jerseys. So forgive me trying to grab them off of a photo. Pioneer now gathered around the pitching rubber. Then they head out. Markle at first, Warnemount at second, Slater at shortstop, Robinbush at third, Jones in left, right is Miller and Parker is center. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Here to looks like that is Ladenza. So Ledesna now 0-2. Third base for Huron. Next pitch by Gittinger. And it's going to be high. 1-2. The count to Ledesna. Here comes the next pitch by Gittinger. Swing and a miss. 1 up, 1 down. Third strikeout for Gittinger. That is going to bring up Calican. So Calican, the catcher. Here comes the pitch from Gittinger. That foul back to the backstop. That'll make it 0-1.
Good timing. Timed it up.
Calican steps back into the batter's box. Gets that bat over the right shoulder. Gittinger. As that is hit and caught. Excellent job by Slater at the shortstop position grabbing that. As next up, 2 outs for Pioneer. Next up is Espar. Dug into the batter's box. Next pitch by Gittinger. That foul back to the backstop. 0-1 for Espar. Espar takes a couple cuts. Now gets back into the batter's box. Gets that bat over right shoulder. Gittinger looks in. Gittinger with the pitch. That is going to be a ball. 1-0. Sorry, 1-1. Here comes the next pitch by Gittinger. That one fouled away. That will be 1-2. The count with 2 outs. Nobody on. 16-0 Pioneer with the lead. Espar. Couple cuts. Now gets back. Here comes the next pitch that high. That is going to be 2-2 the count. Gaspar. Gaspar set up in the batter's box now. Gettinger with the stretch and the pitch. It's a ball, full count, Gaspar. Looking to try and get a runner on base and try and just make some positive things happen. Pioneer trying to get out of the inning 1-2-3. As Gaspar, full count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout. So that's 4 strikeouts for Gettinger. 2 caught balls, and that retires this side. We go to the bottom of the first, 16-0 Pioneer with the lead. Bottom of the second. As Cullen continues on the mound. Pioneers gathered up, talking things over, getting instructions as Cullen gets warmed up. Cullen was the 3rd pitcher used in the first inning by Huron. As Pioneer breaks the huddle, and now the infield comes over to Cullen, talking things over. Cullen gives him a low 5 for each of them, and then gets set on the mound, and he is going to bring up Markle. First base for Pioneer should be Markle, Raudenbush, and Roderick will be the expected batters. Or excuse me, no, it's going to be Gettinger first. So Gettinger, then Markle, then Raudenbush. So Gettinger steps in. 16-0 Pioneer with the lead. Cullen with the first pitch. That one high. Good job. Nice job by Kalkin to get that ball. 1-0 the count to Gettinger. Here comes the next pitch by Cullen. Cullen at one low. 2 balls, no strikes. First batter, bottom of the second for Pioneer. Cullen makes her way back towards the pitching rubber. Gets the right foot on the mound. Now stretches. Here comes the next pitch. That one hit right back to second base. Throw to first. Safe. Gettinger on at first. No outs. Runner at first. Markle up now for Pioneer. She plays first base. 16-0 lead Pioneer with the green light to swing away. Here comes the pitch. That one low to the plate. That is going to be 1-0. Cullen makes her way back to the mound. Cullen gets set. Here comes the pitch. Markle hits it down the first base line. That pops over past first base, and that grabbed. Runners safe at first and second. Single for Markle. That is going to bring up Raudenbush. 16-0 Pioneer with the lead. Runners on first and second. No outs. Raudenbush. Here's the third base. Gets set in the batter's box. Here comes Cullen's pitch. First pitch to her is high for a ball. Cullen back to the rubber. Here comes the next pitch on the 1-0 count. That is going to be a ball. 2-0 the count to Raudenbush. Cullen looks in. Here comes the next pitch. That is hit, as that will be all the way out to center field. That ball grabbed, thrown in as Gittinger scores. A runner is held at first and second. That makes it 17-0 Pioneer. As typically that would bring up now Roderick, but it looks like that is going to be Stone in there for Roderick. So Stone to the plate.
12 in, 3 out. 12 in, 3 out.
So Roderick gets a rest after a successful inning and a half. Stone in, so 2 of the 3 substitutes now in for Pioneer. Stone right-handed batter. Ball set over the right shoulder. That is going to be a ball. Again, runners at first and second. 17-0 Pioneer with the lead. No outs. 1-0 count. As Cullen to the rubber. Cullen with the pitch. That is going to be a ball. 2-0 the count. Comes the next pitch by Cullen. That is a strike. 2-1. The count to Stone. Cullen gets set. Stone in the batter's box. Here comes the next pitch. That is going to be low. 3-1. The count to Stone. Cullen now at the rubber. Here comes the next pitch. As that is going to be a ball. That walks the bases loaded. Stone to first base. As that brings up Schrautman. Schrautman in for Miller. Ball to Schrautman. Schrautman. Bat over the right shoulder. Cullen comes in with the pitch. That hit. That's a foul down the first base line. As I believe that's going to be 1 out as his player came in from third. I got a little confusion. I didn't think I heard them announce Schrautman. So that's going to be an out as runner came in from third. So 1 out for Pioneer. I think they're getting it fixed. Schrautman in for Miller. And getting the lineups fixed there. So technical out there.
Bye, boo-boo.
So Schrautman in for Miller. 1-0 the count. Here comes Cullen. That's going to be high for a ball. 2-0 the count on Cullen. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Schrautman gets that bat up high over the right shoulder. Here comes the pitch from Cullen. That is a strike right at the knees. So 1-1. So that first one didn't count. So that's going to be 1-1 the count. So first pitch didn't count. So 1-1. Count to Troutman. Here comes the next pitch by Cullen. That's going to be low, a ball. 2-1 with 1 out. Runners on first and second for Troutman. 17-0 Pioneer with the lead here. Bottom of the second. Cullen. Next pitch. That is going to be a ball high. 3-1. The count, 1 out. 3-1 the count. 2 runners on, first and second. Here comes the next pitch by Cullen. That is going to be swing and a miss. That's a strike. Full count, 3-2 with 1 out. Cullen on the mound. Looks in, Troutman with the count full. Here comes the pitch. That was tipped foul down the third base line. Count remains full. 3-2 as Ledesma gets that ball there. I'll fix that. Full count for Troutman. Here comes the next pitch by Cullen. That one high. That walks the bases full. 1 out. 17-0 Pioneer with the lead. That is going to bring up Parker. Parker plays center field. Here comes the first pitch by Cullen. That is low. That's going to be out number 2 as Pioneer. Technical out there, so 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Here comes the pitch to Parker. That is low. Or strike, excuse me. Forgive me. 0-1. Oh, 1 the count. Here comes the next pitch. That is going to be a ball now. 1-1 count with 2 outs. Parker takes a cut, gets back in the batter's box. Set with a wide stance. Cullen. Pitching rubber. Here comes the pitch. That foul back to the backstop. That will be 1-2 with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. 17-0 Pioneer with the lead. As Cullen at the rubber. Here comes the pitch. As that is hit. That'll bounce to shortstop and trying to get the play at second. As it looks like Troutman beat the play at second base. So base is loaded on a base hit. Right, this shortstop. That is going to bring up Burnham out. With 2 outs, bases loaded, Cullen. And that will do it for the second. 17-0 Pioneer with the lead. So we move to the top of the third. Pioneer heads out onto the field as double check. Looks like Jones is going to go out to left or center. Looks like Jones is going to be out in center. We'll see once everyone gets where they need to be. Okay, 11 in, 10 out. So that means Miller back in. Or is that on the other side? I don't have an 11er. I have 11. I don't have a 10 on Huron, so that must be for Pioneer. It's Pioneer's set, as this is going to be Carlson, the pitcher. As no outs. Here comes the next pitch. That's going to be a ball. I believe that's is that 2-0? This is 1-0 on the scoreboard. I think that's 2-0. Getting. Looking in Carlson. That's going to be a ball. Scoreboard says 3. I thought that first one, but I may be confused. We'll go with the scoreboard. 2 balls, no strikes. Gettinger with the stretch. Carlson looking. That's going to be low. 3-1 is the count. Gettinger looks in. Carlson at the plate, right-handed, bat over her right shoulder. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a pitch. Nice pitch by Gettinger. Full count for Carlson. This is the second pitcher for Huron. That is high. That will be a ball, so that is going to walk Carlson to first base. Huron, runner at first. It's Cullen in to try and help her cause at the plate. Runner at first, no outs. That is going to be foul. 0-1 the count on Cullen. Gettinger back behind, now gets on the pitching rubber, looking in. Cullen base bat over right shoulder. That is going to be a strike. Just under the letters. 0-2 for Cullen. Cullen set in the batter's box. Here comes the pitch from Gettinger. That is hit. That's going to go foul. As I believe that's Youngman who had to duck in the on deck circle. Count stays 0-2. Cullen taps off the dirt from her shoes. Gets set in for a batter's box. Gettinger. Set on the rubber. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's the 5th strikeout for Gettinger. 1 out. Runner on first for Huron. As that is hit up high. That is going to be foul for Youngman. Youngman, designated, that's designated hitter. Set, here comes the pitch. That is going to be a ball. Runner to second. As runner at second, 1-1 the count to Youngman. Gettinger, ready to go. Youngman, left-handed batter. There's a strike. 1-2 to Youngman. Right-handed pitcher versus left-handed batter. Youngman digs into the batter's box. Here comes the pitch. As that is hit out to right field. Racing over to get it. That grabbed. The run is going to come home. And that is a score for Huron. Stand-up double. As Miller out in right field. Grabbed it on a hop. So 17-1 Huron on the board here in the 3rd inning. They have a runner at second. That's going to bring up Garcia. Or no, Stewart, excuse me. as that is popped up, as that is going to be a single. They'll move the runner to third. Runners at first and third. Runners at the corners for Huron. 1 out. So Roderick comes out to talk things over for Pioneer. So Huron able to get a batter on first, then advanced on a pass ball or a wild pitch, and then a double. Got Huron their first score of the game, 17-1 here. Top of the third. Harris steps into the batter's box. Gettinger ready for the first pitch. That is going to be a strike. Runner to second. So stolen base, that puts the runners on second and third. 2 runners in scoring position for Huron with a single out. Next pitch, swing and a miss to Harris. 0-2 the count. Gettinger gets that ball set in the right hand. Here comes the pitch to Harris. Harris hits it as that's grabbed. Wernemout grabs it. It's playing second base. Runners stay. No one tags up, and that is 2 outs. As that brings up Pinsky. Pinsky, right-handed batter. Here comes the pitch from Gettinger. That is a hit. Wernemout grabs it. That'll bring 1 runner home, and Stewart will stay at third as the ball kind of knocked down by Wernemout. That makes it 2 runs here this inning for Huron, 17-2. 2 outs. As here comes the throw, as in a rundown. Stewart trying to get back to third and tagged. And out. So Huron scores twice. That will bring up Pioneer. And that'll be the game, as we'll have our senior celebration happening now. So Pioneer wins that one 17-2. As Pioneer heads out the outfield, gets a nice round of applause, able to win 2 games, 17-2 on the second game, 15-0 in the first game. Both out at, or both ended after 3. So we'll have the senior celebration here. I want to bring that to you as these players have played hard all season long, and it's always bittersweet moment, these senior celebrations, because you know that you don't get to see these players wearing the purple and white much longer, but you know they're going to go on to hopefully fantastic, wonderful things on their next adventure, bringing all those wonderful lessons they learn playing these team sports, learning to depend on each other, count on each other. And so we'll have the senior celebration coming up. Let's play just a little bit of messages from the MHSAA, and we will be back with that senior celebration. But on the field, 15-0 and 17-2. Pioneer able to win both games and sweep Huron.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you?
As they are doing the senior celebration, we will just really keep it mainly with the field mic here, so you can hear what's going on as they're bringing out the 2022 items out there. I believe they'll have a microphone out there, and we'll just do our best to bring you the celebration here. I believe tomorrow we will have, I believe, Mr. Cass helping us out doing Huron baseball with the doubleheader tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, I will be on the call for, again, Pioneer. So what we're doing is it's playoff for soccer and for the girls lacrosse. Due to MHSAA rules, the video has to be played on the NFHS network. And so the video will be on the NFHS network, but we will have a free audio broadcast. We'll pay the fee for the free audio broadcast. So if you have a subscription to the NFHS network, you can watch the two playoff games coming up on Wednesday, 4:30 for the soccer game and 7 o'clock for the girls lacrosse game. If you don't have an NFHS network subscription, you don't want to pay for one, go to arborbroadcasting.com for those two games. The baseball tomorrow will be on just arborbroadcasting.com. Doubleheader. The incomparable Jeff Cass on the call. As it looks like the 20 is causing problems, not wanting to stick up in the outfield. 2020 was a rough year for all of us, so it just wants to fight us. That's okay. So that gets stuck in there. We do appreciate Huron coming, and hopefully they have a good rest of their season. I know it's can't have the wonderful games we love without the opponents or the officials. So thank you very much to the officials as well. So I get 2023 out just past second base in the outfield. And again, we will, I believe they'll have some announcements on the speaker, and we will turn it over to them. I do not have, I don't have a script of anything to say. And gosh knows no one wants to hear me extemporize here. So, a fun way to cap off a sweep of your rival with your senior game. So they got some flowers going out there as well, and couple tables set up that they're getting some purple covers on. So that will firmly put Pioneer in second place, as that will give Pioneer will be 6-13 on the season. Huron will be 2-17 on the season. So Pioneer makes sure they stay clear of the last spot in the SEC red. That puts them even with the same number of win totals as Skyline. Now, that all depends on what Skyline has done, obviously, today, but that makes Pioneer with 6 wins, 13 losses. Skyline, 6 wins, 10 losses. So depending on how things go there. As Wednesday, there is Pioneer has a single game at Adrian, who's in the SEC White. Skyline is at Chelsea. Skyline is playing Monroe today, so doubleheader at Monroe. So that's a tough, not an easy thing, as Monroe is above Dexter. Monroe is 9-6. As the parents making their way over. Chelsea has already won the SEC Division White. Celine is 1 win and 2 losses less than Lincoln. They're 14-1. So it looks like Celine, they were hosting Lincoln today for 2 games.
Just move inside the field. Everybody take a step inside the field.
Let's make sure you can hear everything here.
Am I on? Can you see me?
Both video and sound. You're up with the sound as well.
So far, so good, huh?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was good to see you again.
In charge of this next year, and then I'm your deputy.
They put me in charge.
Yeah, and I'll be like your assistant.
I'll pay my dues.
Yeah, and then I'll do it, and then you leave.
I volunteered to do that.
Are we blocking you guys?
Nah, we're good.
You all right?
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
Oh, we're on film saying that?
So everything you say is on tape and can be held against you. No.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
As again, players and families heading out right around second base there.
Away from those pictures.
Oh, yeah.
A little further down, so I'm not
Let's
in.
push down a little bit. Push
We're
down.
also talking about
Push down.
As we'll be able to hopefully hear everything with the
Supporters. Great. Thanks for coming.
Smile, girls. Are we ready now?
getting some pictures of the
Has to read first.
seniors.
Line up, bucks.
Do you need a microphone? Where is he?
So they continue to get things ready here for the senior celebration. We appreciate you watching and cheering. Whichever teams you're rooting for, wherever you're at, thank you very, very much.
I'm just going to stand here.
We are grateful for your support of these wonderful, amazing athletes and teams.
Oh, is it? Okay. Let's see there. What's that? Oh, shoot.
Takes just a little bit to get it all set and put together. Do our best to pick up the mic here.
All right. Hello, everybody. Pioneer players and family. Season 2023. We're here today.
Maybe stay closer to the speaker.
We're here today to recognize our seniors for all that they've done for the team and for all their years of hard work. And this is just something we like to do to give them a nice, friendly send-off on their next journeys. So the first player we will be recognizing is Samantha Markell.
Samantha Markell.
Sam is accompanied by her mom Kate and her sister Bess. Sam says of softball, my favorite part about being on the team has been meeting new people and making connections with my teammates. My favorite memory is beating Skyline sophomore year in districts after 13 innings of bad calls from the umps. Nice. Next year, Sam will be attending Smith College, planning to major in either sociology or American studies. Sam would like to thank her mom for the driving time and all that she put in, so that she could play at the level of softball that she wanted to over the past 10 years. She also wants to thank the coaches for their support and guidance over the past 4 years. Woo! Next senior I mentioned is Lindsay Miller.
Lindsay Miller.
Accompanied by her parents today, Sherry and Bill. My favorite thing about being a part of Pioneer Softball is the friendships that she's formed over the course of her 4 years with the program. Next year, Lindsay will be attending Michigan State University to study elementary education in hopes of becoming a teacher. Lindsay would like to thank her parents and the coaches and Coach Steph for the opportunity to play last year, which helped her grow as a player, and Coaches Kath and Coaches Darcy for the opportunity to play this year. Next up, we have Audrey Parker. Audrey is accompanied tonight by her dad, George, and her mom, Colleen. Audrey says of softball, these last 4 years of playing softball have been a blast. I am so grateful of the friendships I have made and the ongoing support of my coaches and teammates. The best thing about this team is how we can make each other laugh so easily and always lift each other up no matter what. My favorite memory for this season was probably when we played Skyline, not only because we beat them, but because we stole Darcy from them. It was a good bonding experience for the team and a great first 2 wins. In the fall, Audrey plans on attending University of Michigan and studying marketing at LSA. She's very thankful to her parents for how much they have helped throughout her life and softball career. She would like to thank her dad for being one of being the one to teach her how to play softball and always being there when she wanted to practice, and for being her biggest fan and supporter on and off the field. She would like to thank her mom for signing her up for softball camps, travel team, and still trying to learn all the rules of the game after 6 years of watching her play. Love you both, and I'm so lucky to have such caring and loving parents. She would also like to thank coaches throughout the years for always believing in her and pushing her to do her best. Coach Kim for being such a passionate and caring coach and never giving up. And Coach Darcy for being my day one since elementary school and coming back to coach with her positive attitude and determination. And thank you, softball, for giving me the best teammates and unforgettable memories. And a late addition to Audrey's contribution was a special thanks to Coach Olivia for supporting all of the players this year in the dugout. It really meant a lot to all of them.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Switch. Star Radenbush is accompanied by her parents, Jesse and Courtney. Many cherished memories over the past 4 years of playing Pioneer softball. She explains that this has been hands down her favorite season. Her favorite memory of this year is from playing Coach Darcy's made-up game where everyone runs out of the dugout as fast as possible to throw the ball around the bases and then runs back. On this particular occasion, Mackenzie took a hilarious spill on the way back to the dugout. Thankfully, she was okay, but it looked amazing. Star would like to thank her parents for always supporting her. She would also like to thank her coaches for helping to better herself on and off the field. Next year, Star will be attending Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia, where she will be studying psychology.
Nice.
Freestyle. Here we go.
Every year. Feels like this.
As we're getting photos of the seniors. Plane flying by a couple times there, but that's all right. We got that pretty well on the mic as well. They just wanted to celebrate the seniors as well.
Team first.
As they're getting the team first, then the parents for a picture. Again, it is always a wonderful moment for the senior celebration, and also tough as well, knowing that we're not going to get to see these wonderful players play in the purple and white much longer, but we know they will do amazing things in their next adventure. All right, looks like the microphone's going away, so we're going to thank you for watching this game in support of these teams. Tomorrow we will have James Wiseman on camera, Jeff Cass on the call for the Pioneer men's baseball versus Huron, and again, the two playoff games, audio-free, the video on NFHS Network on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Have a great evening, and take care. Good night, everybody.